Thank you, Razim, and welcome back to Rock Runner, a Mudrunner game. And it should have dawned on me earlier, right? I mean, it should have dawned on you earlier. If it probably did dawn on you earlier, that this should be just called Rock Runner. The amount of rocks there are, crazy. Right. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about before we get stuck into this. I mean, I guess the first thing is I've essentially finished Colorado. I guess. I mean, I guess that's the situation. We'll have a look at the map and I'll kind of explain a little bit. So I've been around. I've been all around. I've taken the lodestar and I've trucked around and I've checked with the binoculars and I've checked with the drone and I've been all around these edges, and I haven't seen anything. And this looks like the complete map to me. So the airdrops are just airdrops. They're just this stuff, and there's some stuff I don't understand, and we'll get to that in a minute. And there's climbs and things, and these things are like forwards and various other climbs. And I don't know why they come as question marks for any particular reason. But I have been through all of these areas, and I have been around all of these areas, and I've been around and about and everything else and all the rest of it, and I haven't seen anything. So whether anything else comes up, there's no dollar contracts, there's no tasks, and the only objects are airdrops. So I'm assuming Colorado is done, and we can put an end to Colorado, and that's that. These things here, airdrops. Now you see those things that look like cogs and stuff? That's scrap, and it says that scrap. That this scrap in particular can be salvaged at the workshop. Okay, and then there's stuff here. These are bones, dinosaur bones, worth money to the museum. But when you get here and you get to trade, or even store, there's no workshop. The only you'd have to buy it. And I don't know about essential storage and expanded parking. Is that the museum? Because I've brought stuff back. I don't know where it went. I don't have any money for it, and it isn't in storage. So I don't know where it went. All of the stuff that I've already brought back. It might be in Grand Canyon, to be fair. So I'm not sure. We'll go and have a look when we go to the Grand Canyon. So these are all extras, but I wonder to myself, why would I spend the money here? There's nothing left for me to do here. But there you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. Which sort of brings me to another thing. None how can I put this? None of these maps are easy. Right? They aren't easy. None of them are easy at all. It's not how the game is put together. And as you saw from my last episode when I was talking about difficulty progressions and various things like that, is that there's honestly, I tell you, there's not a single thing that is easy here. So even some of the so-called simplest missions, they're not easy. Was it this one here in Grand Canyon, or was it somewhere else? There was a mission that I did, and I have a feeling it's here. You start here and you have to go down this area, however or whomever you want to get there, and you have to visit 3 locations along this way. It took me about, I don't know, 3 hours and 4 goes to get it done, because it just isn't easy. That was one of the tasks. We'll talk about that in a minute, because there's other things here. There's a lot going on. I've done a lot. I say I've done a lot. I've been on for about 5 or maybe 6 hours, and some things have become apparent, and some things have dawned on me, and there's some things going on that I don't fully understand, and I want to have a chat about those things. So the first thing is there's no such thing as an easy map. So not easy. I mean, Little Colorado's less complex, let's say, but it still isn't easy. There's nothing easy. The second things about the maps is the maps can be very, 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 very deceiving. This, for example, looks fairly straightforward. You're like, okay, well that looks pretty straightforward, and you can go down that. No, 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 not very straightforward at all. This is there's lots of real problems getting through here, I can tell you. And when you get to here, literally, honestly, as far as I can tell, the only way down here is driving off the cliff, and I've done it a few times. You can do it in this game, but as far as I can tell, the only way is off the cliff. You could go all the way up here, and honestly, the only way off is off the cliff. So there's the map is this on the other hand down here. This is actually real easy. You can go all the way around here. And what it doesn't actually show you is there's a bridge there now, and there's a bridge there now. I don't know why it doesn't show you these things. It would be helpful if it did. So I've built bridges here. I've built quite a few bridges actually. I've built bridges here and here, and I've managed to get around quite a bit. I don't know if we can't have been out there because there's nothing. So we haven't been out there yet. And that is Wahuip Bay, and the other one that I found is down here at Coconino. Yeah. Well, we'll have a look at those in a minute. I haven't done anything at Wahuip Bay. So the map is very deceiving. In some places it looks very easy, and when you get there it is not easy. In fact, it could be impossible. And in other areas it looks impossible, and you get there and it's relatively straightforward. This one, for example, which is the one that the mission that we're going to be going on next, I haven't a clue. I have no clue at all. Everywhere is impossible. So this looks like the easiest. It sure isn't. And there's maybe this thing here, but this isn't easy either. And the last time I did this, I literally just fell off the side. So we're going to go on a car recovery mission, and I have no idea how we're going to get it back. Because if we have to pick it up here, and if we pick it up there, I don't know. I don't even think I can get it back there. So this is the only place to get it back to, and I don't know if we can get it back there. So this is going to be part of the challenge of this, is figuring all this out. Now, another thing. See these contracts? Tourism season. It's 17,700. I thought, well, that's good. Take a photo near the pond. That'll be a piece of cake. I can't do them. You see at the bottom where it says start tracking and it's grayed out? I can't do it. I don't know why. I'm on free roam, but it won't let me do them, because I ran out of money at one stage. Don't run out of money. I'll explain how not to run out of money. But that's told you there's a lot going on here. I can't track it, so I can't actually do the mission. I've been there. Can't do it. Can't do it because I can't track it. So same with ancient knowledge, shock rock, river crossings, geological surveys. I can do that one. Core problems, can't do it. Supernatural, I can do that one. So I don't know why some you can do, some you can't do. Is there? Who is tourism season for? Doesn't say, you see. So the only thing is maybe if it's mission related. Oh, I'm not going to see from here because it only shows you the current expedition you're on. So I don't know why some of the contracts are grayed out. The tasks seem to be all doable. So any of the tasks, you seem to be able to do them however you like, and that's all fine and dandy, and you can do all of those. And the objects, I don't know, it just shows you stuff. I don't really fully understand it. So let's get out of here. Money. Don't run out of money. The problem with running out of money is when you set up your vehicle for the mission, right? You need to set up the inventory, which it won't let me do here. But you need to set up the inventory, and setting up the inventory costs you money. So if you want to, for example, bring some um, screw kits, so that if you do fall over on your side or fall off the side of a cliff, that you can right your vehicle. If you don't have the money, you can't bring them. So that means, and trust me, you can tip over real easy, especially in the TUS. We'll talk about the trucks I've got in a minute, or at least we'll talk about the Lodestar and the TUS in a minute. So yeah, so if you roll over, which is real simple, there's not a lot of winch points. Now that brings me to the other thing, the winch point thing. Um, you need those. you, you really do need those. So you really need to make sure that you have them. Now, before we get on to the last thing that I want to talk about, so here's what I figured out in terms of making money and saving money and everything else. So when you're here and you have two things on your vehicle, and one says purchased and one says tick. The tick is the one that you have installed. The purchase one means you have it, and down there in the bottom it says sell. Now, if I don't want it, I can sell it and I get my money back. So what I did was, I didn't realize for a while, I'd been upgrading my trucks but not selling the old stuff. So what I did was I went through and I had a look at everything and said, well, I don't know, do I really need a high range in this? Do I really need a high range in this? I'm going to sell it for 3 grand. No, I don't really. I'll sell it for 3 grand. And I've got the stock one, which is fine. Fine tune, 7 grand, specialized gearbox. Yeah, we probably need that. So we'll take that one. Stock, we'll sell it. See, so it's costing me money, but I'm making some money back. Suspension kit, I've already dealt with. Tires. Now, we did get to the stage where we got these things. So these sell price 3 grand, sell them. I've got these now, the UOD 3s. Remember I said they were the best? Good at rocks, excellent off-road, good at mud, which means I can put these on all my vehicles now. So I've got what I think is possibly the best off-road. I don't know why the all-terrain would be better. As far as I can see, it's not better. So hey, there you go. So I've got better tires. Winches. Some will take extended winches. Some have heavy winches. And snorkels, I could do with some high mounts, but it hasn't been unlocked yet. So that's what I also did. I went through and I freed up some cash. So I now have a little bit of cash. I burned through a lot of cash just roaming around and trying things and experimenting, and then burning my way through fuel and getting lost and coming back and everything else and all the rest of it. I did find out. Remember what I was saying about the rear and saying, oh, I really wanted the pickup, and I really do. But I figured out how you use the rear mounted racks. So there's actually more places to store things on your vehicles, or you can get more places to store things on your vehicles by adding in various racks. And then when you go to set up your vehicle for the mission, you can add things to it. So we're going to go on a mission. We're going to go with free roam because we're going to go on a truck recovery mission, and we're going to take the Lodestar because it's a proper old rock basher. You'll see you've got the resource slots there. So when you go down to here in miscellaneous, you can see that we've got a variety of emergency reserves and things that we could possibly get and everything else. And what you'll see is that down there it says fill slots square. So I hit that, and that gives me the option to pull up the slots. So I've currently got 2 extra 15 liters of fuel and 2 spare wheels. I don't really need the wheels, but I might. If they'd had spare parts and I was going to build a bridge, maybe I could take some spare parts. But at this stage, we're not going to be going bridge building because I've built all the bridges that I need to build in the Grand Canyon. So that is that. That's how you load up those kinds of things. And I think, what else do we need in the inventory? Yeah, so we'll get a screw, we'll get an anchor. That's 5, that'll be plenty. Jack screw is 2, that should be plenty. If we roll over more than twice, well, I don't even want to know. But you'll see at the top there it says that the selection of the gear is minus 2,700. You must make sure that that doesn't take you below 0 because it won't let you start the mission. So that's what we're going to take. We've got that. We don't need any devices on the roof racks or anything else because we're going to be recovering a vehicle. We've got it as jacked up as we can possibly get it. Somehow I've ended up with the T-Rex stickers even though I didn't buy them. But that's, hey, that's fine. I honestly don't care. And we're going to deploy, and we're not going to deploy there. We're going to deploy over here. And I finally figured out how to do this by selecting the different places with the up and down button. And we're going to deploy there because I know where the next vehicle is. Now, and the vehicle it is the Pug. You remember the Pug? Yeah. On it, what is it called? What's this called? Unsuccessful geoanalysis. What's it called? Here? Unsuccessful geoanalysis. Why would it be there? It isn't there. I'm sure it's not. You have to deliver it there. Wow. Okay. Uchi. So we're going to start here. We're going to drive down here. We're going to pick up this truck. And we're going to somehow get this truck. I don't know if you can get around down there. We're going to somehow get it all the way back here. Like I have said, this is a heck of a tricky place. I can't go down there. I know for a fact I'll never get up there. I've got to come across this top. This, given how long I'm currently talking to you, there might be an awful lot of time lapse on this if I ever get this completed. So you may be watching this at some speed. But one of the things that I wanted to say was about the bridges and some other things. It dawned on me while I was going through this thing, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving because we've got to get out of here and we've got to go somewhere. It dawned on me while I was doing this stuff that it is very much like Death Stranding, and the reason it's very much like Death Stranding is, yes, you do have to go and you do have to build bridges. So you use your scouts to go out and scout the areas, and if you can, like the Tuz for example is perfect because you can use it to carry resources out, and it is a real rock thumper, I will tell you. And you can build those bridges, and then it means when you come along next time you've already got a bridge there. Now the other thing is, and I'm not sure if we're going to run across it on this route because I have been down here a couple of times already, obviously, is how the heck I get down from here. But aside from how the heck I get down from here is, no, I don't want to go there. See, by looking at the map, it looks like realistically we want to try and get down this edge here. So that's what we're trying to do anyway. I don't know if we can get off this edge. How steep it is. Yeah, we can get down there, I think. So when you're about to see how steep this is. When you are driving around and things with your winch, is you're helping set up easier routes for you next time. So just like in Death Stranding, you do things and change the map a little bit. So it dawned on me that I was thinking about this map the wrong way around. I was thinking about it's a path-finding game and you have to find a path, which is true. But it's also you have to make a path. So they've given you an indication of a way to go, or possibly several ways to go. But realistically speaking, you have to develop your own pathways. That means bridges, that means putting in anchors, and that kind of thing. I haven't found anything else like being able to set up your own supply drops or anything like that, which would be fantastic. I don't think they have that. They have a variety of different build modules and stuff, but only at bases. So I don't know how all of that stuff works exactly. Yeah, look at this. This is where I've ended up before. So, for example, what we might try here is, let's see if we can put an anchor here. And then the best way to do this, I've found, is if you go to devices, you go to winch, you can select, we want the back and that. So we want to be able to go over the edge here and lower ourselves down, because it's pretty steep, right? I'm gonna see how we go. There we go. So that's what they mean by, or that's what I mean by setting your own path, right? I mean, for heaven's sake, I have no idea how. Oh, I have no idea how we're supposed to get back up there. Well, we're obviously not. It's obviously meant to be a one-way trip. I mean, maybe there might be a vehicle, but we're kind of stuck here. This is the thing. It puts you down here in this. This is where I've always ended up before. I've ended up stuck in these rocks, and you can't get out. You can't get out. Once you get stuck in here, it's an absolute nightmare. So we're gonna have to do another winch point, because this is what it does. It sticks you in a place. No, that's not gonna work for me. I want to select my winch point, thank you. It's gonna pull us around. Go on, you can do it. Right, okay. So there you go. So that's down. So yeah, so that's it. So it's not only about finding paths. That's an upgrade box. We got that upgrade previously. It's not just about finding paths. It's about forging paths. It's about making your own paths. But what I will say is, no map and no journey is easy or straightforward. They can all trip you up. They're all pretty atrociously, dreadfully bad. I was thinking on that, and I don't think they're going to do it, which is a real shame, because it would be nice if they would. Is if they took a leaf out of the Death Stranding book, and how did I get down here last time? I don't think there's a winch point anywhere. I think I basically just drove off the edge. Because this is an online game, what they could do is do the whole roads thing. You know, when you were playing, maybe you don't, but when you play Death Stranding for a while, more and more players online start going along the same kind of routes between certain locations, and as more people go along the same routes, the map that you're on actually changes to, instead of just being you running across countryside, it becomes you running across a path, and then the path becomes you running across a track, and the track becomes a well-worn kind of place and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, in that regard, that would be great, because if they could do that and get you into the situation where, you know, well-trodden paths became you know, closer to being roads and stuff, that would be great. I think that would be a great thing. That would be a very good thing. I don't think they're going to do that though. So I built this bridge, which is great and all, and I built this grid. No, why is the land covered in grid? Something has gone wrong with the land. I don't think I meant to see that. It's the Matrix. I mean, how in the heck do you get back up there? How are you supposed to get back? I don't even know. I mean, how do you even get down there? I mean, you've seen me come down there. I just don't even want to know. There's some muddy tracks, but I simply don't know. Simply don't know at all. Right, so we gotta go up here and we gotta find the Tuz. No, the Pug, sorry. Not the Tug, the Puz. My brain, honestly. That's what happens when you've been playing this game for too long. This looks dicey. Deliberately gonna throw me off, aren't you? And then hang me up just for a laugh. So I mean, nothing is simple or straightforward ever. Assume nothing about these maps, because what looks like the simplest thing can suddenly become real trouble because of how they've designed the maps. Anyway, I've been trundling around in this Lodestar and I've been trundling around in the Tuz, and they're both real solid rock thumpers. They really are. They have their own issues, to be sure, but they really have persevered. This one in particular gets hung up a lot on those gas tanks. Or whatever it is that's under there. I think it's gas tanks. Just doesn't quite have enough clearance. The Tuz doesn't have the same problem, but there you go. Yep, that's the one we're doing. So we gotta get this bad boy over onto its wheels for a start. So we're gonna need the old winchy poo. I think we'll start there. If we can, that one. Okay, that's part way. We'll try and give it a nudge. Sometimes the nudge works, sometimes it doesn't. It nearly worked. Because this was the one I wanted to give a real solid try on. You remember? Oh, nearly. There you go. You must be over. Right. Now then. How in the heck are we going to get this thing back to where we need to get it back to? I have no idea. And I tell you what, we're not going to be doing it at night time either. I think what I can do is I can change the day. Day and night. If I can just get up here close enough to... that'll do. Where is it? Skip time. No, skip some more time. There's no clock, so it doesn't... It kind of helps, but it kind of doesn't. Right, there we go. Right, that's probably not where I wanted it to be fair. No, it's a device. That's our toe. That's your toe. Right. I'm probably gonna put this on time lapse because I don't really have a lot of time left, and we'll see where we get to. See you soon. Right. Well, there you go. So that's that. That is that. Thoughts? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone care to have some thoughts? If you would like some thoughts, please feel free to enjoy some thoughts. Yeah, I mean, what did we think of that? What did we think of that effort? Um, can't get up that climb. Can't get up that climb. It, yeah, I don't know. Short answer is I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to do that. Um, those trees are very much in the way, and that rock, obviously, because that's what's happening. Is it's getting jammed on that rock, and I can't pull it out. It's all mud there, and no matter how far up I go, I'm not getting enough traction to pull it out. So, I mean, I guess what? I mean, I don't know. You can't get up any of these. These are all great big rock faces with great big trenches and things around them. So I don't. No, you can't get up there. You can't get up any of this. You can't get up any of this. You saw the state of the place where we got it from, and you saw this lot. I mean, you saw me come down this thing over here. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So, that's a shame. I'd really like that little car, but that's just not going to happen. There's just no way that is going to happen. Can't see it happening at all. So anyway, that's the end of that one. Such is life. Such is life. So, remember this one? No more shaking. We nearly did it last time. And this time, a couple of things. First is, I've now got some spare fuel. I've got some, what you call them, spare parts, so that we can actually build a bridge. I've got better tires. I'm going to bring a couple of sets of anchors, and that's all I can bring, actually. Actually, I don't need a couple of sets of anchors. Maybe an extra set of jack screws, just in case. And then the anchors. And we've got the extra fuel, and we've got the spare parts, and we've got the thing on the back, and everything's hunky-dory, and we're going to deploy, and we need to go to... Where have we got to get to? Is that Coconino, or is that Wahweap Bay? Oh, I do wish it would tell me, don't you? Is that Wahweap Bay, or is that Coconino? I think that's Wahweap Bay. Wahweap Bay. I think I need to go over to that one, which is that one there. I didn't click on it, did I? I didn't. In fact, I know I didn't. So I would like to go there. Recovery there is free, so let's go there. Right. We gotta head out of here. You've got to get up this... You gotta go down here, you gotta get... That's the plane. I can't remember how we got out there last time. You've got that whole... you probably want to go out here, that's down, and around and through there. We should try going through that way, and around. Right. So after all this, I don't know where I'm meant to be going. I'm gonna run out of petrol, or diesel, whatever, fuel. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. Out onto this point. just gonna run out of diesel 20 meters from the location. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of diesel. Can't get through there. That's it. We're done. Well, there you go. And that's probably another thing that I would really level against this game is it's too difficult. It is way too difficult, and also the rewards, they're just not up for it for the level of difficulty. Not up for it. You've seen me try and tackle two things. One is a task, one is a mission that is a mission behind which a whole bunch of other missions are locked. Too hard, man. Way too hard. They have got the balance very wrong on this. Very, very wrong. I mean, SnowRunner had its moments and its difficulties, and there were difficult missions. Yeah, sure, but not till much later on. This is a cliff. I mean, it seems to be the thing nowadays to annoy your punters. Why should I go any further? You know, why should I go any further? Why should I bother? It's too hard. So it makes all the rest of it pointless. You make this massive, great big game. It's got loads of expeditions. It's got plenty of time for expeditions to get difficult. It's got plenty of time for expeditions to get hard. It's got plenty of time to throw in a whole raft of challenges and various other bits and pieces. It absolutely has. Don't ruin it. Don't spoil the game by making it impossible to start. I've only been playing it for like less than 10 hours, and I already don't want to play it anymore because it's just too darn difficult. Too darn difficult. It's crazy. There's just, you know, I'm gonna now have to do that again, and I don't know how I failed because I still don't know where I was supposed to get to. And I had all that fuel and I had all that everything. Is there any other way to do it? Could it have been done better? I don't know, but I now need to go back and do that again, and that took an hour. So it's like 2 hours, you know? And I was looking at the PS time tracker thing the other day, which tracks who's playing which PlayStation games and for how long they play them for. And most people don't play their games for longer than about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes maximum. And if you spend all of that time doing something which is a complete waste of your time because you're like, well, that's no good. Now I need to go back and do it again. It's like, great, I've been through and I've built a bridge and I've put in some anchors, but that's not going to save me any time. I still have to drive that whole distance out there, and I'm still not going to know where I'm supposed to go. So, you know, what's the point? What is the point? I don't honestly see the point. So I don't know if I'm going to be continuing with this game at all, because it's been a real serious letdown in terms of difficulty. It just doesn't give you the choice or the options. It's taken all of your choices away, all of your options away. You have absolutely no choice whatsoever, and you have to do it their way, and they make it a scalable cliff. And it's like, that's great if there's some kind of skill or something, but when it's just time, it just takes time to get from these places to these places. It's like, yeah, nah, meh, whatever. So I don't know. And much like Skull and Bones, sorry to say, I'm going to be putting this down for a while because I spent all day trying to figure this out, and I feel like I've just wasted my time. And I've got better things to do with my time than waste my time on this game. Well, sorry it's a bit of a downer. There you go. You wanted my honest opinion, and this is my honest opinion. It's it's sad to say that right now, I just don't want to play it. I'm just going to put it down and I'm just going to walk away because I got better things to do with my time. Anyway, I hope you've learned something. Do drop a like. Do subscribe to the channel. There are other games and other things to learn. And do drop a comment. If you disagree with me completely, absolutely be my guest. Some people love terminally difficult challenges and they think it's awesomely fantastic to pump hours and hours and hours into doing one single thing and getting past one single thing. And if that's you, then go for it. It ain't me, and I ain't doing this. So I'll see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now.